a conference opponent and a team that the Senators look to continue their winning ways, coming off a big win on Tuesday night over the Medora Hornets here at home. So the Senators here on homecoming evening, a little later getting on. Our broadcast started here this evening due to the homecoming activities. I want to say congratulations to our homecoming king, Lane Hofler, and also our basketball homecoming queen, Hadley Sprinkle. She was also the sweetheart.
Yeah, I'm glad you wrote those down because you started to say them, and I was like, oh, no, I hope he doesn't come to me because I completely forgot who won.
Yeah, but just a great night here for the kids and homecoming night. A great crowd here tonight at West Washington.
Yeah, whiteout night. If you look over in the student section, we got a lot of white floating over there.
Yep, homecoming evening, so it's a great night for that. Kids out in force here to watch this basketball team. Of course, like we mentioned, Senators coming in off a win over Medora to put their record at 7-6 on the season. Mitchell coming in tonight at 3-12, so the Jackets kind of in a rebuilding year over there, although they still have some familiar faces on the basketball court that we've seen over the years. But, you look down through their common opponents that both teams have played, and like we said, Mitchell a conference opponent as well, a member of the Patoka Lake Athletic Conference. But Springs Valley, they lost to Valley the opening game of the year, 64-60, so a tight game there. Their wins have come over Crawford County, who they beat by 4. They also won against North Knox, 69-37. And then they got a win over North Vermilion in a tournament they played over the break there between Christmas and New Year's. So just 3 wins on the season for them and several losses. But, I'm sure that they're, trying to get things going as well. The Senators, of course, like we said, coming in off that win over Medora the other night. And in a stretch of their schedule here where a lot of winnable games here on the schedule for West Washington going forward here. And tonight's another one of those that, I know Coach Sullivan feels like his team should get here this evening. So Senators, played really well against Medora the other night. Had a pretty balanced scoring attack led by Ian Rosenbaum with 15. Jackson Cameron had 12, Mason Cox 11. So 3 guys in double figures in that game. Lane Hofler still, he struggled a little bit in that game finding his shot, and Kenton Chase with 9. So we're still waiting for that game where we have 4 or 5 guys really go off, and I think that's still something that can happen for this team and something that they're going to need to happen, going down the stretch here heading towards closer to tournament play. So that's what they're looking for here tonight. Once again, a balanced effort.
And this has not been a very a team that the Senators have had a whole lot of luck with in the past. Over the past 35 years, Mitchell 23 and the Senators 17. So it's always been a struggle with Mitchell for the Senators, whether we play at the Hive up there or whether we play here. It really doesn't ever seem to matter. It's just kind of a struggle no matter what we do. And like you said, the Senators are playing some good basketball, and this is a very winnable stretch of the season for the Senators. They've just got to figure out the face of the Senators. They don't have that yet. They don't have it figured out yet. Who are they going to turn to? Are they going to go to Lane? Are they going to go to Kenton Chase? Are they going to turn to Ian? Is Jackson going to have the stand-up night, or are we going to have a balanced offense where all of them are?
Yeah, and I think that's what we're looking for. I know that's what I'm looking for. I want to see, 4 or 5 guys, because we got 5 starters that very easily at different points during the season have led this team. And, you kind of keep thinking, man, one of these nights they're all going to hit at the same time. And, if they do that, we've got a really good basketball team.
Oh, yeah.
And I think talent-wise there's no question. But it seems like, you can't really pick your poison against West Washington. You just never know who's going to be the guy that's going to be hot. And, we've seen different ones in different games throughout the season. Like we said, Lane struggled a little bit on Tuesday night with his shot, but Ian picked it up, especially in that first half. Mason Cox played really well. And then, Jackson Cameron shooting the ball. So all of them, can have a breakout game. It's just a matter of when they're all going to gel at the same time. And if we can get 3 or 4 guys in double figures, this team stands a chance against about anybody.
And the one person we haven't talked about is Mason Cox.
Yeah.
Mason Cox can lead us in scoring no problem. And he's one of those hustle guys who's up and down the floor all the time on every loose ball. Just a water bug of sorts on anybody's defense. He's all over them. He can lead us in scoring on a night just on his offensive rebounding ability and putting the ball back up.
Absolutely. We just got to keep working, and I know that's what the coach is trying to do with this bunch, and get them playing their best basketball heading into tournament. That's what you're always looking for. We've got some games later coming up in February that are going to be tough. I mean, we're going to play some pretty good 1A teams in Christian Academy, Orleans, Borden.
Valentine's Day in T. Kermit Tower Gymnasium on Ron Smith Court is going to be a big matchup with Orleans coming in. They've
been number one.
They're number one in 1A.
Yep.
And they're the cream of the crop. They've got boys who have played basketball forever.
Yeah.
And they don't have football over there, so they practice basketball a lot of the year. And those guys have played together. They know how to play basketball, and the Senators are going to have a tough task against them.
Yeah, and you got 3 more sectional opponents that are coming up that we could see in tournament play in Borden, Christian Academy, and Rock Creek.
Right.
So all 3 of those are teams that you could face again here coming up down the road, and those are teams that you want to play well against, to see how you're going to stack up when it comes tournament time. So, in that tournament here at West Washington this year, so, we're glad to be hosting that, but really looking forward to that tournament time. But, this team's still continuing to work on things and get better as we go forward. So, that's what you look for night in and night out. And I think our kids are starting to do that. We just got to get everybody hitting at the same time.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, like you said, we haven't seen everybody hit, at one time at night on a specific night, and maybe tonight's the night. Maybe tonight's the night that we see that. The boys look loose tonight, which is something that with homecoming, it's always kind of an odd night for the boys because it's a later night. It seemed like JV, the game was longer, and then you've got the homecoming festivities in between, and we're warming up, and it's going to be 8 o'clock before we tip this ball.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the JV got a big win over Mitchell, 61-48. That game was back and forth for a while, and then it seems like we would jump out to a 10-point lead, and then they'd come back. So it took a little bit of time, a lot of fouls there late in the game, as Mitchell was trying to claw their way back into it. But our JV with a big win. And, our JV kids, we haven't talked about them a whole lot, but they play hard. They really, each and every night, they're in the games, and sometimes maybe a little outmatched physically, but they have done a great job to this point in the season. So, like we said, Mitchell coming in here, we don't know a whole lot about them other than the fact that, they graduated a lot of kids last year. They've only got 2 seniors on this basketball team, a pretty good group of junior players. I remember the England kid from a couple years ago and the Sightsinger kid, both pretty good basketball players and can shoot the ball. The Schultz kid as well was a kid that played a lot of minutes for them last year. So, a good group of juniors, and they've got 4 or 5 sophomores that they dress as well. And then the lone freshman and the Robinson kid, which we've seen him quite a bit in the JV game. So, I think Mitchell's got some kids that can play ball. They've just struggled a little bit getting wins, and I'm sure they're working for the same thing, just trying to build towards tournament time, and not so much worried about the record. You just got to come out each and every night, and that's the thing about high school basketball. If you don't come out ready to compete, each and every night, it doesn't matter what the record is, because if you don't, you could very easily fall, and that's something that I know the Senators don't want to do here tonight on homecoming night. They want to get this victory and, and build on this record.
Right, and when we talk about Mitchell, they're in the sectional 47, which is not a whole lot of fun. because they've got Linton Stockton in theirs, which is 13-1, and then Sullivan, which is 12-3, and then Paoli, which is very familiar with to West Washington, who's 8-3 on the season. So it's not an easy task for Mitchell to get through that sectional.
No, not at all. And as we mentioned, our sectional, here at West Washington is a pretty loaded sectional as well. Of course, if you look at the teams in that sectional that we mentioned before, Borden kind of the front leader right now at 11-4, but then you got South Central who beat us 10 earlier in the year, 9-4 on the year. Christian Academy's playing really good ball at 8-3. Rock Creek is a team that, they play a tough schedule.
Yeah.
Their record is not that great, but they play a lot of bigger schools because of being a private school.
Right.
So they had to pick up those schools. Don't have that many of them on their schedule, but they play a tough schedule. They're a team that beat Silver Creek.
Right.
So, you look at that and you think, they're 2-8, but, for them to compete with 3A Silver Creek, a perennial basketball power in this area, that's quite an accomplishment. So, a tough sectional for us. A lot of that's going to come down to the draw, and, the Senators have home court advantage here, so that's great, heading into postseason play.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of draw, to flip over, girls' draw is this Sunday.
Yep.
Girls play tomorrow, Brownstown here. I heard JV tip was at noon, so that's a little bit of a change from what was on the schedule. I know it's originally said 11, I think, so they tip at noon. But their sectional draw, which is coming up in not this upcoming week, but the following week is their sectional. They're finding out who they're playing this Sunday.
Right, tomorrow. Yeah, they lost a bad loss last night to Paoli over at Paoli. I know my boys went over and watched that game, and they said that our girls didn't play real well.
We played okay in the first half, and then the second half was not very friendly to the Senators.
Yeah.
And they play in that front gym over there in Paoli, and that's a hard one to shoot in. It's tough to shoot in. Apparently they had junior high up in the bigger gym up top, so the girls were in the lower gym, and the girls played well in the first half, but then in the second half we're only able to get 2 points in the whole second half.
Yeah,
so it was tough.
Tough out for them, but Paoli pretty decent girls.
Yeah, Paoli,
team.
I believe they had 5. It was their senior night. I believe they had 5 seniors. So the girls facing a seasoned team.
Yeah, and we got a really young girls team. Most of our team is sophomores and freshmen.
Yeah, we don't have a senior on the team.
Nope, sure don't.
So
yeah, our girls looking forward to their sectional draw coming up this weekend. So we're winding down our our pregame show here on WWSR and West Washington live stream as both teams have come back out onto the court now, and we're just a few minutes away from our national anthem.
And to jump on that, our national anthem tonight, normally we have Hannah Ledgerwood singing it.
Right.
She's not singing it tonight. We've got a student, Daniel Miner, who's close to my heart. He's going to play guitar for the national anthem.
Awesome. Yeah.
So, that's a great feat for, the school. We have all kinds of different things. We have the sign language that does it. I believe sign language is going to sign tonight also.
Yeah.
So we're going to have the sign language going. And then a student musician who's going to play it on guitar. So
that's awesome.
Just awesome all around.
He did that, but yeah, that'll be great to hear that played on the guitar, and then the signage. We saw them back in football quite a bit. Where they signed the national anthem during most of our football games here at West Washington. So just a lot of great things going on here at West Washington that not taking anything away from any other schools, but, we got a lot of great things that happen here.
So we're going to leave our mics on
so
we can hear the guitar and you'll see the sign language, so you'll hear them all.
Mr. Harkness, ASL 3 student, and will be performed by Daniel Miner, a West Washington sophomore in the guitar class.
good job by
Yeah.
Daniel. He, that's a lot of pressure on a sophomore kid
And
to
it,
come
and it
out
may
here.
not have helped. They turned off the lights on him, too. So.
He might not have been able to see what he's doing. I know I would have struggled with that, but he done a great job. That's a great event for him, and I'm sure we'll get to hear him maybe again as he's just a sophomore. So great job by him. So now we're ready for our starting lineups here. We'll hear the ones for Mitchell first, and tonight for the Blue Jackets, one guard, a senior number 23, Brendan Tolliver. He will get the start. Another guard, number 2, Austin Mosier, will start. He's a sophomore. One forward, number 21, Cale England. We talked about in our pregame, a junior. Another forward, number 10, Ben Seitsinger. He's also a junior. And at another forward, number 22, or freshman actually, Gavin Robinson will get the start. Here, Jackson Ryan, the head coach for the Blue Jackets here tonight. And now for your starters for your West Washington Senators as they come out here on homecoming night. So here's our starters for Coach Clayton Sullivan's West Washington Senators. At one guard, a 5'10 junior, number 3, Jackson Cameron. As Jackson gets the start once again tonight for the Senators. And another guard, number 22, Kenton Chase, a 5'10 junior, will start for the Senators here once again. At another guard, number 20, Lane Hofler. He's a 6'5 senior. And at one guard, Mason Cox. He'll get the start. He's a senior, 6'2". And at one forward, number 12, Ian Rosenbaum, a 6'3" junior for Coach Clayton Sullivan's West Washington Senators here tonight. So we're about ready for the tip-off here as we get this game underway. Crowd into it here. Still a lot of people stuck around. That's good to see.
Yeah, it's always good when you have homecoming and everybody's in the building and, they stick around to see the actual basketball game. So.
Yep, number 21, Cale England, will jump it up against Hofler here as we get this game underway. And our first quarter started here at West Washington. Ball goes in the air. Hofler controls it as he tips it to Rosenbaum in the backcourt, and he'll hand it off to Kenton Chase. Kenton will bring it across the timeline here as we get this game underway. Heavy pressure here by the Blue Jackets. They'll kick it off to Jackson Cameron, far wing. Back out high to Lane Hofler, top of the key. Now back to Kenton Chase. Kenton with it, guarded closely there by the Jackets, off to Mason Cox on the far side. He can't find anybody, gets it to Cameron in the corner, back to Cox. Now over to Kenton Chase here on the near wing. Kenton will drive, goes in there, puts up a scoop and got it to go as he gets the first bucket of the night, and he's fouled. He's going to go to the line with a chance to complete the three-point play here.
That's the kind of offense that we need to see from Kenton. We need to see him give up the ball and then get it back and make a cut to the bucket.
Tolliver with the first foul of the night on Mitchell, so Kenton with a chance to complete the three-point play. Misses the free throw, but got his own rebound. So he's able to pull it out of there, kicks it out to Hofler. Deep three ball from Lane, no good. And the rebound pulled down there by number 10, Seitsinger, for the Jackets. He'll hand it off there, and they'll bring it up the court. Number 2, Austin Mosier, will bring it up for the Jackets. He'll cross the timeline, goes down inside as they find number 10, England, down low. Blocked by Hofler, back up, and he got it to go.
Wayne does a great job there with the first one, but unable to get the second.
Yep, that was Seitsinger on the bucket. So 2-2 here. Senators back the other way. Rosenbaum gets it stolen out to Jackson Cameron. Drives to the basket. Blocked by Mason Cox. Ball on the floor. Battle for it. And I believe we're going to have a jump ball call as Jackson Cameron dives in there on it. And
that's what we talked about in the pregame. Mason Cox, the water bug all over, able to get up and block that shot from half court. He comes flying in.
Ball will go back to Mitchell on the alternating possession here. They'll kick it in real quickly as it comes in there to Tolliver. Now back out high, it'll come there to number 2, Austin Mosier. He'll set things up, go off here on the near wing as he gets it off to 21, England. Back to England. Now down low, they go to 22, tipped out of bounds there and that was Robinson who had to control it, but it was tipped out by Hofler. So it'll go back to the Jackets here underneath their own bucket. They'll inbound here as they throw it in. Deep three ball up, no good. Rebound by Rosenbaum. Shot taken there by number 23, Tolliver. Was no good. Kenton Chase back the other way. He'll hand it off to Rosenbaum. Now off there, it goes to Hofler on the far wing. He'll drive, goes all the way to the hole, can't score it. Ball tipped out though, another offensive board for the Senators as Rosenbaum comes down. Now Kenton drives again, throws it up, can't get that one to go, but he's fouled again. So he's going to go to the line.
Anytime Kenton drives, he's going to draw a foul. I mean, it's just one of those things. He's going to get hacked just with his athletic ability. He beats people, off that first step and is able to get to the rim.
Tolliver picked up his second foul there, so that's a real important one. They'll probably sub him out here as number 1 goes to the bench getting ready to check in. Kenton's first free throw's up, and it's good. So Pridemore will come in for Tolliver with those 2 fouls, and Kenton hits the first free throw. He'll get another one here. Steps back up to the line, toes it, lets it fly, and it's good. So Kenton gets them both, and it's 4-2 here, Senators. Jackets to bring it up here, number 2 with it, Mosier. He'll bring it across the timeline, picked up there by Cameron. As Mosier will set things up here for the Jackets. He looks inside, can't find anybody. Now gets it off over here to number 1, Pridemore. Pridemore with it, looking far side. He'll kick it off there, 22 with the basketball, that's Robinson. Now back outside it goes to Mosier. Now inside, 21 with it, that's England. Now back out to number 2 there as he pulls it down. Mosier with it, gets it out to Pridemore. Pridemore looks, can't find anybody. Now hands it back off as Pridemore with it. Now drives inside, England with it. Back out high it comes to number 2 there. Good defense by the Senators as they're in the man-to-man defense here tonight. So Mosier with it, he'll reset things, goes off to Pridemore, far side. They flip it down inside. Mason Cox with the steal.
Those are the kind of defensive things that Mason does for this Senator team.
Kenton Chase up quickly, hands it back to Mason. Now back to Rosenbaum here on the near wing to Cox. Now out to Cameron, back to Cox. Cox looking, trying to get it down low. Now kicks it back out to Kenton Chase. Kenton with it out high. Kicks it off to Cameron on the far wing. Now to Rosenbaum, baseline. He'll get it inside to Hofler. He spins, loses a handle on it. Stolen away there by the Jackets and really wanted to foul, but no call there. Pridemore with it. Gets it down low to England. Now back out high. It comes to Mosier. Now in the corner. 10 Sightsinger with the shot. Up and good as he hits the 3 ball. And it's 5-4 Jackets. Kenton Chase will bring it back up. He'll cross the timeline. Gets it over. Now drives on the far baseline. Now kicks it down inside to Hofler, and he gets fouled again. They're really overplaying Lane.
Yeah, they're not going to let Lane catch that in the post.
Robinson, the freshman, with the foul, so he'll get called for the first one on him, the 3rd team foul. Ball comes into Mason Cox. He'll drive, goes in strong, can't get the layup to go, and the rebound pulled down and out of there for Sightsinger as they go up quickly with it. Now drive, and Hofler gets a block, but they're going to call him for the foul, so Lane just picked up his first personal.
Lane looks frustrated, and that's one of those that we don't want right now. We need Lane in the game, so
he's got to keep his composure.
And Coach Sullivan is letting them know that twice down the floor Lane's been hit and hasn't gotten a foul, and then come down on the defensive end and he picks it up. So
Robinson gets the first free throw to go. He'll get another one here as Cox will check out of the game, and Titan Williams will come in for him for the Senators. Second free throw's up, and it rims out. Rosenbaum with the rebound. So Robinson got 1 of 2, 6-4 Jackets. 2-point lead for Mitchell. Chase will bring it across the timeline, kicks it off to Hofler, now over to Cameron. And like I said, they're all over Lane. They've got a guy chasing him all over the place. Robinson, the freshman, on him. Ball comes to Titan Williams. He looks, now goes to Kenton. Kenton will back it out. Now goes to Cameron on the far side. Jackson will drive, dishes to Titan. Titan drives down low, puts it up. Ooh, can't get it to go, but another foul. And it'll be 2 free throws for Williams here. We'll see who the foul's called on. It's on number 1, Pridemore.
Coach Sullivan not real happy with his junior point guard and what the offense is doing right now.
He's got to take the ball to the hole when these situations where he can drive. Titan Williams will step to the line here. Chance to tie this thing up if he can get them both. First one's up and no good, but he'll get another one here.
He's going to get to shoot that one again because 2 stepped in on the free throw.
Oh, okay. So they put him back at the line, so he'll get another one. And he banks that one in. So I don't think
with the
Titan
fist
called
pump.
bank, but he was pretty happy
It
about
still worked.
It went in, so that's all that matters.
Let's see if he banks this one. If he does, then he meant to.
Grayson McCoy will check in for Cameron. And the second one's up and good. So Titan ends up getting them both after he got rewarded for someone stepping in the lane. 6-all here. And the Jackets back with the basketball. They'll bring it up. Mosier gets it across the timeline. Now kicks it off. It comes over here to 21, England. England inside to Sitsinger. Back out to England. England pulls up free throw line. Now kicks it back out to Mosier. Mosier with it. Dribbles, kicks it inside to England. He spins, throws it up. Can't get it to go, but a foul on the floor. So 2 shots.
I think they're going to get Titan Williams for that one.
I believe so. Titan, his first, team second. And England will go to the line, shooting 2 free throws as he was in the act of shooting there. First one's up, and he hits it. 7-6 here, 3:06 to go in this first quarter. A lot of fouls called here in this first quarter. Schultz will check in for the Jackets, number 11. England back at the line for the second free throw. It's up and it's down as well, so he gets them both. 8-6 here, Mitchell. 3:04 to go in this first quarter play. Kenton Chase will bring it up for the Senators as he'll cross the timeline. Dribbles out high, Schultz on him. Now they'll kick it off to Lane Hofler. Lane finds Titan in down low, and he scores it.
Nice bucket there by Titan.
Titan's got 4, and tie game, 8-all. Back the other way now. Pridemore will bring it up. Kenton Chase on him. Pridemore dribbles far side, looks, now goes down baseline to England. England with it. He'll kick it way out high to Schultz. Now in the corner, it'll go over here. Number 3 with it. Now the ball bounces around. It's going to go off Mitchell, so another turnover by the Jackets. As number 21, England couldn't control it down there on the baseline.
This has not been a very good first quarter.
No, a lot of turnovers, a lot of fouls both ways. Both teams just trying to find their stride here. Kenton Chase will bring it across the timeline. Sets it up now, far side. Goes on the attack, blows by his man, and drives it and scores. That's what Kenton can do. And he's going to have to do it for us here. 10-8, 2-point lead for the Senators. Pridemore to bring it back up for the Jackets. He'll cross it over, sets things up here offensively. He'll kick it off far side to Schultz. Schultz with it, wheels around, kicks it off. Number 3 with a deep 3 ball in the rain. Yeah, it was way back there. It was Irwin who checked in as well. And he can't get it to go. Rebound by Hoffler. Now pass inside to Williams. He goes in strong, can't score it. And the ball goes out of bounds off of Mitchell. So it'll go back to West Washington.
That was a nice drive there by Kenton, and then to find Titan in the lane. Titan unable to finish, but still a great drive there.
Yeah, it was. Jackson Cameron will check in for Rosenbaum. 1:32 to go here in this first quarter. Senators 10, Jackets 8. Kenton Chase to inbound for West Washington underneath his own bucket. Gets it into Williams, out to Cameron. Cameron looking now, can't find anybody. Now kicks it off to Kenton. Chase with it. On the attack, flips it far side to Cameron. Now off to Grayson McCoy. McCoy looks inside, the pass stolen, but McCoy tips it back to Hofler, and he'll score it. So Lane gets his first bucket and a 4-point lead here. Jackets up quickly with it. Irwin drives, or that was Robinson, and they're going to call another foul on the floor.
I think Jackson's going to pick this one up. They just get beat back down the floor on the far side.
They got it up quickly there. So it is on Cameron, his first, team's third. And that will put Robinson, the freshman, at the line. He's been up there once before, hit 1 of 2. So he'll go back to the free throw line now. First one's up and it's good. 3-point game now, 12-9. Robinson will get another one. He'll eye the second one, toes the line, puts it in the air, and it rims out. Rebound by Lane Hofler. He'll get it off to Kenton Chase now. 12-9 here with a minute to go in the first quarter. Kenton will bring it across the timeline, sets things up here for the Senators. Schultz out on him. Now he goes on the attack, drives it, goes in strong and scores it. He's got that about any time he wants.
Yep, and that's one that we're going to have to rely on in this game. You know, just let Kenton do what he does.
Right. It's going to open up a lot of things for other guys offensively as well. So they'll drive inside, kick it in the corner. Pridemore with the 3, air ball. Rebound Hofler again, so Lane picking up the rebounds here. He'll take it up quickly for the Senators. Now back out to Kenton with 27 seconds to go. 14-9 West Washington. Ball go far side to Cameron. Cameron with it. Wheels around, now hands it off to McCoy. Grayson. Trapped there, now gets it off to Williams. Back to Kenton. 12 seconds now. Mitchell really extended their defense. And they go inside to McCoy. The ball gets tipped away. Turnover against the West Washington Senators. And Pridemore will shoot a half quarter at the buzzer. Ooh, hit the rim.
Off the rim, but no good.
So we end the first quarter of play. Senators up by 5 here, 14-9. We'll take a break here. A word from one of our sponsors and be back here on your home for Senator basketball, West Washington live stream and WWSR.
Expertise, resources, commitment. At Sullivan Financial, we offer a team approach to financial planning, offering you a broader scope of expertise than you will likely find in any one person. Clients are our main priority, which is why we work to understand your unique circumstances and ultimately create a distinctive plan that provides a roadmap for your financial journey. Located in Mitchell, Indiana, they can be reached at 812-849-2670. That's 812-849-2670.
All right, back here live at West Washington High School here on the Ron Smith Court as the Senators lead 14-9 at the end of the first quarter. In kind of a sloppy first quarter by both teams with 3 turnovers apiece and a lot of fouls, 3 for West Washington, 4 for Mitchell. So we saw quite a bit of free throw shooting in that first quarter of play. And the ball will go back to West Washington here to start this second quarter play.
A little bit of confusion.
Yeah.
I think Mitchell thought they got the ball.
They thought they did, but they put up that shot there at the end. And so the possession arrow to West Washington. Senators will inbound. Hofler gets it into Kenton Chase. Kenton will bring it across the timeline now, set things up here. As he gets a high screen there from Titan Williams. Now he goes on the attack, blows by Schultz and scores it, and Schultz will foul him, so he'll go back to the line again.
I mean, that's the same side of the floor, same thing, everything for Kenton. You know, it's one of those, he's got that anytime he wants it.
Yeah, there's nobody on the floor, I think, that can stay with him speed-wise, and that's about the way it is every night. And he's got to recognize that and just go to the hole because it's going to create a lot of things for us offensively. Free throws up and it's down, so he completes a 3-point play, and it's 17-9, an 8-point lead here for West Washington. Jackets back up with it. Mosier gets it down inside. Easy layup there as they get it into 22.
We lost him on
Robinson
defense.
Scores easily, so 17-11 now, back to a 6-point lead. Kenton with it, gets it out. Jackson Cameron will shoot a deep 3, and he buries it. Cameron gets his first bucket of the night, and the Senators back to a 9-point lead here, 20-11. They'll get it off there to Irwin. Irwin back out high as it comes to Mosier. Back to Irwin. Now over to Robinson baseline. He'll pull it back out, gets it to Schultz. Now it comes back over here to Mosier. Mosier down on the baseline. It goes to England. England looks, now gets it back out. Tipped by Titan Williams into the backcourt. Robinson able to pick it up. He'll bring it across. Now drives the lane, goes in strong, and nobody cut him off, and he scores it easily.
Coach Sullivan going to take a timeout here. He's not real happy with the way the the defense is playing, and they didn't slide over to stop that.
Yeah, nobody stopped the ball, and that's the first rule on defense. You got to get in front of those guys and not let them get that easy bucket. Robinson made them pay.
Right.
He's got all their points here in this quarter. He's been able to take it to the hole both times. Pretty much wide open.
Well, and I think it's kind of the same way with him on the other side as we've done with Kenton.
Yep.
You know, he's a mid-range big, you know, and a mismatch there with Ian. Ian's not going to be able to stay with him, and he's going to get by him. Titan, you know, I don't know that Titan can stay with him either. So.
No, they're going to have to maybe match speed for speed there because he's probably their quickest player on the floor as well.
Or maybe Lane, you know, with some length.
Yeah, he might be able to handle that. So now a little 1-2-2 half-court trap here by the Jackets as we get it across to Cox. Mason with it, finds Cameron. He'll shoot another three. That one looks good, and he buried another one. That's 2 in a row for Cameron, and it's 23. 2-13, a 10-point lead, biggest at night. Back up, Mosier with it. Gets it off there to 22 Robinson. Back out high. It'll come there to Irwin. Irwin back out now to Mosier. Mosier back to Irwin. He'll spin around, kicks it off to Robinson. Back out high. It'll go to Mosier, and he'll reset the offense here. Inside it goes. Free throw line to England. England looking. Now he'll pull it down and shoot a three. Off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Kenton Chase. Kenton back the other way for the Senators. He'll bring it up quickly. Wheels around, gets it off to Hoefler. Lane, far side to Cameron. Back out to Kenton. Kenton with it now. 10-point lead here for the Senators, so they want to set their offense, and here they go. Kenton will dribble far side. Get a high ball screen there from Rosenbaum, and they'll kick it to him baseline. He'll drive inside, dodges everybody, and scores it. So Ian with his first bucket, and it's 25-13.
Well, that all comes from Kenton driving so many times. They overplay Kenton, they double him, and leave Ian wide open.
Yep, Mosier with it. He'll get it across the timeline, kicks it inside there to Sightsinger. He'll wheel around, goes towards the baseline, and blocked by Hoefler again. Out of bounds, it goes to West Washington. So a turnover there on Mitchell as they knock it away. And the Senators get it back here. Great play there defensively by Lane Hoefler.
Yeah, I was going to say, nice job by him staying straight up, you know, not coming down, not swiping, and pinning that ball.
Kenton Chase with it now on the dribble, hands it off to Cox, off to Hoefler. Lane with it, back to Kenton, far side. Kenton on the attack, drives, kicks to Cameron. Cameron with it, back over to Hoefler. Lane with it, looking, now he'll drive it, kicks it off to Rosenbaum, back to Kenton, now to Cox here on the near wing. Mason will drive. This is the Lane in the corner, three ball up, and he got it.
Nice job there by Lane.
28-13, 15-point lead. Senators starting to drive it now. They'll kick it out. It'll go to Irwin. He'll drive it, bounces it off the backboard, and it's good.
Going to be a 30-second timeout by Mitchell. You know, Lane does a nice job. They overplay him down low, but then they give him some room as he comes, you know, back towards the three-point line. And that's exactly where Mason found him, was on that three-point line with room to catch. It was kind of a bobble, but it was a dribble and then shoot it.
Nice job there finding the open shooter by Cox, and 28-15 now, so a 13-point advantage here for the Senators as Irwin scored that last bucket. So West Washington talking things over here as Mitchell takes the timeout here. Coach Ryan wanted to settle his guys down a little bit, I think.
Yeah, it's one of those, you know, he's not real happy with how his kids are playing. Coach Sullivan's not real happy with how his kids are playing. It's just been kind of one of those sloppy games, you know, that somebody's going to take control of eventually. The Senators are up 13. You know, they're happy with that, but probably not happy with how they've played so far.
Right, absolutely. So they'll get it back. Kenton will bring it across the timeline, goes far side to Mason Cox. Out to Hoefler. Lane drives, goes in strong, gets it blocked. Looked like he got fouled, no call. And Irwin will bring it up for the Jackets. He'll flip it back over. Inside it'll go to Sightsinger, and stolen by Mason Cox. So another turnover there by the Jackets. Kenton Chase up quickly with it. He gets bumped by Robinson down the corner to Cameron. Now back to Lane. Hoefler off to Rosenbaum, now to Cox. Cox in the corner, back out to Cameron, over to Kenton. Far side it goes to Lane. He'll pull it down, shoot it. He's feeling it.
Yep.
I can tell he's got that look
up
in his eye. 2 3-pointers in a row now for Hoefler, 31-15 Senators. Back the other way now as they'll bring it up. Mosier with it. He'll dribble. Now finds England in the lane, tipped away. Another turnover, and Lane brings it up quickly. He'll drive. They don't pick him up, and the ball tipped away from him, goes out of bounds.
I'm not exactly sure how
I
that
think
one
that
can stay
went
with the
off Lane,
Senators,
yeah.
but
I don't think the official was quick enough to see it, but
I think
Grayson McCoy comes back in along with Pridemore for Mitchell.
I'm pretty sure it came off of Lane's knee and went out, but the Senators do retain possession here. So
Kenton Chase to inbound to Rosenbaum. He'll find Lane now, top of the circle, and he hits another one. That's
9 quick points there for Lane.
For him, and it's 34-15, a 19-point lead here by the Senators. They'll bring it back high side. Mosier with it, gets it off to England, now to Sidesinger. Sidesinger looking, kicks it back out as it'll come out there to Mosier again. He'll set it, goes to Pridemore, forward side, back to Mosier. Mosier pulls it down. Man-to-man defense still here by the Senators. Back tip there by Rosenbaum. They'll get it to Sidesinger. He'll shoot it, and he'll score it.
Sidesinger has a really long release.
Yep, he sure does. Nice soft shot, too. 34-17. Cameron with it, gets it to McCoy in the corner. Grayson wheels around, free throw line, gets it to Rosenbaum, hands it back to Kenton Chase. Kenton around that screen, drives it, goes in the corner, back out the lane. Hoefler, deep three again, and he got it to bounce. That's 4 3-pointers in a row by Lane. 12 points here in this quarter.
The homecoming king is heating up.
King is hot. Get him the ball. 20-point lead now, 37-17. Senators as they'll kick it off to England, now to Sidesinger. Far side, it'll go to Mosier. He'll look, now kicks it out to Robinson. Free throw line, back out to Mosier. Mosier dribbles, spins, finds Robinson in the corner. 3-ball off the mark, and Hoefler with the rebound again. He'll get it off to McCoy. McCoy will drive and gets fouled as Pridemore is going to get called for his second personal. And that will put McCoy at the line.
I was watching that on the monitor up here, and I thought Lane was going to shoot that one, and I thought that is a heat check right there.
Yeah, I think he thought about it there for a second, but decided he better pass it.
Yeah, well, with Grayson being wide open there, it's a great pass.
To.
So Grayson goes to the line.
First free throw's up, and it rolls around and goes in. So McCoy scores. 38 now to 17. Titan Williams back in the game for West Washington. McCoy with another free throw coming here. He'll toe the line, gets the second one up, and it bounces in. So nice soft touch there by Grayson. He gets 2 free throws, and it's 39-17, the biggest lead of the night at 22. They'll bring it back up the floor. Mosier with it, gets it off to Sidesinger. He'll wheel around, now back out to Mosier. Over here to Schultz. In the corner it goes to Robinson. Back to Schultz. Out to Mosier. Over to Sidesinger on the far side. He'll kick it back out to Mosier. Mosier inside to England, and they're going to get Titan.
Going to get Titan for that one.
Not much of a foul there, but they're going to call Titan for the check. It's his second foul. And Cox will come back into the game for Titan. So Mitchell to inbound underneath their own bucket here. They'll throw it in. Mosier will get it into Schultz. He'll shoot a deep 3 off the mark. Rebound again by Hoefler. Lane's probably got 5 or 6 rebounds. They'll kick it up quickly to Cameron. Deep 3, and he got another one. So he's got 3 3-pointers in this quarter, and the Senators push it out 42-17 now. Back the other way, Mosier with it, goes to England, baseline. He's cut off there by Cox. He'll spin, kicks it out to Robinson. Robinson, free throw line, and throws it away off of Sidesinger. It'll go out of bounds to West Washington. So another turnover there by the Jackets.
You know, we said the first quarter was pretty sloppy. Well, the Senators have cleaned it up quite a bit here.
But they haven't.
Right.
They've really struggled with it. 8 turnovers now in this first half for Mitchell. Kenton Chase to bring it up. He'll cross it over the timeline. Heavy pressure there by Robinson. Gets it off to McCoy. Back to Kenton. Kenton with it. On the attack now. Hands it off to Cox. Under a minute to go here in this first half. Kenton drives. Kicks Cameron. Another 3 up. Can't get that one to go, but Mason Cox with the board. Back up. Can't get it. Battle for the board inside, and Sitsinger comes out there, but he travels with it. So another turnover there as he got a little too aggressive.
A couple of Senators holding on to the ball there, and then all of a sudden nobody was holding on to the ball.
Yeah, and he just took too many steps. Hoefler to inbound underneath the Senator bucket here as he'll get it into McCoy. McCoy looks, can't get it back to Lane. Now kicks it out to Cameron Cox. Now over to Kenton
That is
Chase.
A definite mismatch down there on the
Schultz
block.
Have trouble guarding him. Kenton will bring it back out with 24 seconds. Now goes on the attack, drives, kicks to Cameron, out to Cox. Mason with it, far side to Kenton. Kenton now on the attack, finds Lane in the corner. He turns, spins, shoots it off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Mosier, gets it up quickly. Robinson goes in, and he scores it.
That's probably not what Coach Sullivan wanted at the end of the half there.
Yeah, I think we went a little too quick, and that gave them a run out, and they were able to score it. So we go into the locker room up here, 42-19, a 23-point lead by the Senators. We'll add up the first half stats and come back here on your home for Senator Sports, WWSR and West Washington live stream.
Gates, Carnegie, Rockefeller. I'm not. Generous, caring, rich in spirit, I am. You don't have to be a person of great wealth to make an impact. When caring individuals give through a flexible, creative, capable organization known as a community foundation, our philanthropic potential is unlimited. As your local community foundation, we provide you the opportunity to permanently support the causes you care about, both near and far. We do this by protecting and administering permanent funds through thoughtful grant making to improve the quality of life in the community we serve. Simply put, donors who give through a community foundation build sustainable, permanent funds called endowments through contributions, big and small, to support organizations they care about most, forever. Through the generosity of our many donors and the responsible, informed investment of permanent funds, we will increase our grant-making ability for the benefit of our community for generations to come. All we need is you. What causes are you passionate about? What organization matters most to you? We can help you ensure your charitable interests are supported forever. Donors can give to an existing endowment or establish their own. Some choose to give now, while others make their gift later through their will or estate plan. To learn what your options are, talk to your community foundation. We're here to help you reach your philanthropic goals. If you love our community, let's leave our little corner of the world a bit better than we found it. Not just today, but for future generations too. The Washington County Community Foundation has been making our home a terrific place to live, work, and play since 1993 through the generosity of donors just like you. Why? Well, just like you, we also really love our community.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Paul, we are at one of those hallmarks of the year, pairing show for the girls tournament coming up on Sunday night from 5 until 7 Eastern time. We're live from IHSAA headquarters. Greg Rakestraw and I will be there giving you who's playing whom and when. This year we begin a new format. So when we get to the regional round, things get a little bit different. So walk us through what we're looking forward to in girls basketball and boys basketball in terms of the tournament.
Absolutely, Coach. You know, one of the things that our staff does a real good job is we constantly look at the tournaments and look to see where we can enhance things. And, you know, sometimes it works well, and there's certainly an opinion on everything that we do here. But we really looked at the tournament, and a lot of teams really have a really tough sectional week, you know, where you got to play 3 games and, and it's just a tough week. And we really thought that we'll get through that tough week. And then if you look as the momentum should build to a tournament, as most tournaments do, we felt that we would take the regional round and make it a one-game regional. So you win that sectional, and then you've got to get your team rested up. But then that week, the coach only really has to prepare for one opponent. They got to bring their best game one time. And once they get through that, and if they're victorious at the regional round, one game, then you advance to the semi-state. And our semi-state round, the round obviously before the hardware is handed out, that big trophy, is going to be, we'll have 8 spots in the state of Indiana, and that we'll have a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4A classification in the north, and the same in the south. And it'll be the traditional 2-game in 1-day format. So we're going to have 2 games in the morning. Then you're going to advance to the regional or semi-state championship around that night for all the marbles, for that opportunity to go participate at Gamebridge Fieldhouse. And it's going to be a tough day, but it's going to be a day that's going to be so much fun for the basketball fan, where you can go into a community. We have incredible facilities, and instead of using 4 at the semi-state, we're going to use 8 facilities, so 8 communities. 4 more communities will have the people descend on their town and eat in their restaurants and go to their games and see their facilities. And like I say, Coach, we're blessed in Indiana to have an incredible amount of basketball facilities. And we said it before, we have cathedrals, and we're going to use some more of those. And I really think it's going to be a highly competitive day, but it ought to be a tough round, because the prize at the end of that day is a chance to play in the state championship game.
And just for fans' knowledge, as we're talking about the pairing show coming up Sunday night, there will be a pairing show after the regional round to pair the semi-state opponents, correct?
That's right, Coach. We'll on your show Sunday night, we're going to make the sectional alignments, and we're also going to draw the regional matchups, and those will be announced on your show next Sunday. But then after we leave that regional round, we're going to come back on Sunday, and we're going to have a show here in the studio, and we're going to we'll know we have 4 1A teams going to the northern site, but we're going to have those 4 teams going to draw their time slot, first of all, whether they play in the first game or the second game, and then who their opponent will be, so the fans can tune in and see who their team is going to get to play for the regional, and see what their path, or for the semi-state, and see what their path is to the state championship game.
Pretty exciting, to say the least. Brand new format, and plenty of people have been involved in it. But again, on Sunday, thank you in advance to you and your staff. Greg Rakestraw and I always look forward to doing this, because it's really one of those great nights of the year athletically in our state, because of all the pressure and excitement and the tension in terms of who you're going to play and when. And this is Paul Neidig, the commissioner of the IHSAA, and our weekly conversation pairing show coming up this weekend. Commissioner, thanks as always for your time. We'll see you on Sunday.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
All right, back here live at the half, West Washington High School here on the Ron Smith Court. Senators in control, 42-19 here, a 23-point lead for West Washington in probably what was I'm pretty sure it's our biggest quarter of the year.
It may have been the biggest quarter in the past couple of years.
In that second quarter of play. So to run down that first half scoring for the Mitchell Blue Jackets, Robinson, the freshman, with 8 points to lead them in scoring. Sightsinger, number 10, with 7. England with 2. Irwin with 2. And that's the only scores they have. Just 4 guys scoring tonight for them to give them their 19. For the Senators, they're led in scoring here at the half by Lane Hofler. He had 4 3-pointers in that quarter and a 2-point field goal in the first quarter. He's got 14. Kent Chase, the second leading scorer for the Senators, had 4 field goals for 8 and 3 free throws for 11, so 2 guys in double figures. Jackson Cameron with 3 3-pointers in that quarter to have 9. Titan Williams with 4, McCoy with 2, and Rosenbaum with 2 to give the Senators 42 points here at the half. Probably maybe one of our biggest halves of the year too, because we're just averaging about 65, 66 points a game.
Well, and when the Senators are able to put up that kind of points, we want 3, 4, 5 people in double digits. Well, that's going to take 50 points right there if you get 5 in double digits, and we're at 42 right now, so that's a good spot to be in.
Right, absolutely, and I think we've done a good job especially in that quarter defensively. Outscoring them 18 points in that quarter alone with that 5-point lead at the half, so up 23. Yes, absolutely. That's what you hope for here. So Mitchell will get the ball to start this third quarter of play as they'll inbound Sitsinger to throw it in. He'll get it in there to Mosier, and he'll bring it across for the Jackets. Senators still in the man-to-man. They'll get it off there to Robinson. He'll drive, goes in strong against Cox and draws the foul. So Mason guilty of his first personal.
Well, Mason gets that hard job of guarding their best player, which is probably what is going to happen most of the rest of the year. That's going to be Mason's MO.
Yeah, very well could be. So they'll inbound. They'll get it inside there as Hoffler blocks it from behind as they come out with it. Get it out to England now. England back over here to number 2 Mosier, and he'll reset the offense here for Mitchell. He'll go far side to Tolliver. Tolliver back out to Mosier. Mosier back to Tolliver. Back to Mosier. Now off to England. England looking. Now zone shown here by the Senators as they get it over there to 23 Tolliver, and it's kicked out of bounds, so it'll go back to the Jackets here. As Sitsinger will inbound for Mitchell here once again. As he'll throw it in the backcourt. It'll come into Mosier. He'll set up the offense. Mosier on the attack, drives it, throws it up off the rim, can't get it to go, and a battle for the board inside. Sitsinger pulls it down, blocked by Hoefler again. Ball tipped around, England comes down with it, and then he gets fouled.
Ian reaches in on that one.
Yep, he's going to get his first foul. So 2 quick fouls here on the Senators to start this third quarter. Jackets to inbound. Mosier will throw it in for Mitchell as he'll get it in. It'll come into Tolliver. Tolliver back out to Mosier. Mosier resets. Kind of a 2-3 zone now by the Senators. He'll go far side to Tolliver. Inside it'll go there to Robinson. He'll kick it out as it'll come out to England. England cross court pass to Sitsinger. Pulled down there by Tolliver. Back out to Mosier. Inside it goes to Robinson. He'll kick it to England. England spins, goes in the lane, throws it up, can't get it. Sitsinger battling for the board. He pulls it down, kicks it out for a 3-ball, and they make him pay there as Mosier able to knock down his first shot.
That's the problem of the Senators playing in that 2-3 zone. They don't rebound very well out of it.
No, we give them 3 offensive rebounds there on that possession. So 42-22, a 20-point lead. Chase drives, kicks it out. Cameron back over to Rosenbaum, now back to Cameron. He'll flip it back to Kenton. Chase with it. He'll drive, goes in, tries to scoop it, can't get it to go. Rebound Mitchell. They'll bring it out of there. Tolliver brings it up quickly, dishes to Sitsinger. Blocked again. Ooh, Blocked again by Lane, and they're
Yeah,
going to get him
Lane-
for a foul.
Lane goes straight up on that one. I don't know
Looked
that
like all
I.
ball, but they say he got him on the arm. So
Yeah, I don't know that I agree
second
with that
foul
one.
on Lane, and that'll put Sightsenger at the line. He hadn't been up there tonight yet, but he'll get a couple free throws here.
Lane asking the official what he did, and
Yeah.
the official said, I didn't call it.
He didn't. So first free throw's up, and it's down for Sightsenger. 42-23. Sightsenger with another one coming here. Second one's up, and he bangs it home. It kind of bangs around and rattles in. So 42-24. 5-0 run here to start this quarter for the Jackets. Senators up here. Kenton Chase with it. Gets it across to Jackson Cameron. Cameron looking. Finds Mason Cox on the far side. Now over to Lane. Hofler with it. He'll wheel around behind that screen, and he'll hand it off to Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum to Cameron. Now out to Kenton. Chase with it. Mitchell's really picked up their defense. They get it to Rosenbaum inside to Hofler. He got fouled. No call. He'll spin. Goes up and got fouled again, but he scores.
Lane is not going to get calls. It just,
No, he just
it's
doesn't.
just not going to happen.
44-24. I guess that's what happens if you're the biggest guy on the floor. So the ball go to Mosier, now to England. England gets it off the Sightsenger, free throw line. He'll jump, stop, throws it up, got it to go. And he's starting to heat up a little bit as he's got 4 points here in the quarter already. 44-26. Back the other way, Kenton Chase gets it off to Cameron, now to Hofler. Lane pulls it down. Robinson all over him, and they finally call him for the foul on the floor. It'll go out of bounds to West Washington.
A little bit of NBA continuation there. Lane gets 2, but we're still in high school, so he doesn't get that
No, he
continuation.
didn't get that.
It
Robinson,
looked good.
yeah, with his second foul, he'll go out. Schultz will check back in for him. Kenton Chase inbound underneath the Senator goal here.
This is the big lineup that I really like for the Senators.
Yep, they'll throw it out to Cox. Mason with it, out high. Gets it off to Kenton now. Chase with it. Kenton goes behind his back, now to Rosenbaum, out to Cameron, far side to Cox. Cox back to Kenton, far wing. He'll wheel around, kicks it to Rosenbaum. Back to Cameron. Jackson spins, ball almost stolen, and it is taken away. So a turnover there by the Senators. Schultz gets it off to Mosier. Mosier kicks it in the corner, tipped away by Cox, but Schultz able to pick it up, gets it off to England, back to Schultz. He'll drive, throws up a baseline runner, and got it.
That was a Mason gambled and tried to get the ball and then was unable to, so the Blue Jackets were able to have an open guy down low.
Yeah, 9-2 run here to start this quarter, so hopefully we'll shoot a deep three. Can't get that one to go. Rebound England inside. And they're off and running up to Sightsenger. He'll drive, goes in strong, and scored it. So he's hot here in this quarter. And the Jackets starting to dig back into it here, just down 14, 44-30. Kenton brings it across. They're going to get a timeout here by Coach Sullivan. And, it's just been all Mitchell's defense here. They've really picked it up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's not been very pretty for the Senators here in this third quarter. And you're exactly right. The Blue Jackets have increased their defensive intensity and not allowing the Senators to do the same things they were doing in the second quarter. And the Senators need to change what they've been doing because now it's not working. So that's the way basketball goes. You've got to make adjustments.
11-2 run to start this third quarter. So they've chipped away at this big lead here at the half of 23 points and cut it down to 14 here, 44-30. Coach Sullivan's seen all he needed to see there. And, with them picking up their defense, here's where Kenton, when he gets a ball, he's got to drive.
Yeah.
Because he's quicker than most of the guys on the floor, probably the fastest guy on the floor. He's got to drive the basket and, eliminate those passes where we get in the passing, or they're overplaying the passing lanes. And they've picked off a couple. We've turned it over, and they've gotten it back. So got to get something going here to keep this thing rolling. Up 14, taking a timeout here with 3:43 to go in this third quarter. Ian Rosenbaum to inbound. He'll get it into Kenton. Kenton will bring it across the timeline now. Now comes back into play. Wheels around, Finds Cameron on the far side, back out to Kenton. Kenton off to Rosenbaum, now to Titan Williams on the far side. Titan gets trapped, now hands it off to Kenton. He'll flip it back to Cameron, now to Hofer. Lane will wheel around, they're just all over Lane. And Schultz is going to get called for the foul.
And that happened. It happened 2 or 3 times as Lane tried to go through the lane. He's unable to get there because they're grabbing him, holding him.
Yeah, they're holding that, and that's what we need to either go to him or Kenton's got to drive the basket. 1 or 2 here. So we'll get it into Rosenbaum, out to Cameron. Jackson with it, looking in the corner. Now finds Rosenbaum down on the block. He'll spin and score it. Nice shot there by Ian. So he's got his 4th point of the night, and it's 46 to 30 here. 16-point lead. They'll get it off, and Tolliver will drive it, and he scores it. So they're starting to heat up. They're hitting about everything they're shooting right now.
Yeah, everything that goes up is going in.
46-32. Kenton with it. Stops, gets it off to Cameron. Now to Williams on the far wing. Titan dribbles, goes baseline. Nice move as he takes it in there. Can't score it, though, as they challenge him at the rim, and Mosier comes down out there with it. He'll flip it off to Tolliver in the corner to Schultz. 3-ball up. Can't get it. And hopefully able to pull down another board. He'll get it off to Kenton Chase. 46-32. 14-point lead here. 2:19 to go in the third. Cameron with it, looking, goes down low to Rosenbaum. He'll spin, gets it blocked out of his hand. Kenton comes up with it, gets it out to Williams, off to Cameron, back to Kenton. Kenton drives now, nice move. He takes it in. Oh, man, looked like he got fouled, no call. And they'll get it off to Mosier. He'll pull it down, shoot it from deep. 23 with the shot up. That's Tolliver, and he misses it. Rebound, Hofer. Kenton Chase with it now to bring it up here. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. He'll get it off to Cameron. Jackson with it. They've kind of sped us up, and that's been part of the problem. Kenton with it, far side now. Kenton dribbles baseline, now wheels back around, goes in the lane, dishes Titan Williams off to Hoefler. Lane with it, kicks it out to Cameron, far side to Rosenbaum. Ian looking inside, now back to Cameron. Now they go down low to Titan. He pulls it down baseline, can't find anybody, gets trapped. Now out to Cameron, out to Kenton Chase.
Our spacing just doesn't look very good at the moment.
It's not good, and we're not moving real well here. So Kenton now gets 5-second call for another turnover against the Senators. McCoy will check in for Cameron. 1:09 to go, and the Jackets trying to dig their way back into it. They've done a pretty good job here. England inbound. He'll get it in. It'll come into Pridemore. Pridemore dribbles far side, hands it off to Schultz. He'll wheel around, now drives the lane, goes in strong and got it. He scores again. 46-34. Been as close as they've been for a while. Kenton Chase hands it off to Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum back to Kenton. He'll wheel around, gets it out to McCoy, off to Williams. Far side, Titan with it, looking. Now goes on the dribble, off to McCoy. McCoy inside, ball tipped away. Another turnover, up to 5 now here in this quarter. They'll get it down. Mosier back to Pridemore. Pridemore with it. Dribbles out high. Under 20 seconds to go now here in the third. Pridemore kicks it off there. It goes to 22 Robinson. Back over to Pridemore. He'll go baseline to Schultz. Back out to Pridemore. He'll shoot a deep 3. Can't get it. Rebound Titan. Williams pulls it down. He'll heave one at the buzzer. Oh, hits the front of the rim and almost went in. But that's the end of the third quarter. And the Senators hanging on here as they lead at 46-34. We'll take a break and come back here on your home for Senator Sports, WWSR and West Washington live stream.
As your American Family Insurance agent, Michael Long can offer you dependable auto, home, business, and life insurance, as well as other insurance products. He's big enough to serve and small enough to care. His team and their unique backgrounds, trainings, and experiences have prepared them well to help meet your insurance needs. Additionally, as residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you. Together, they are building strong partnerships that help everyone succeed. When it comes to your car insurance, you deserve more than a card tucked in your glove box. That's why American Family Car Insurance goes beyond a piece of paper or an app to give you smart, customized coverage and real peace of mind. No matter how your life changes, you can feel comfortable you will have the right auto insurance protection and support every step of the way. Not sure how much or what type of coverage is right for you? Michael Long is the person to talk to.
Well, back here live at Ron Smith Court here at West Washington High School. Senators had their best second quarter offensive output and then turned around and had their worst. They only scored 4 points in that quarter to Mitchell's 15, so a 9-point deficit there. And the Jackets just down 12 now here as we head into the fourth quarter. Senators inbound. They'll get it in the backcourt. Kenton Chase with it. Kenton on the attack, picks up his dribble, gets it off to Hofler, and another turnover as we turn it over back to him. So Mitchell up quickly, Pridemore with it. Looks like he traveled, gets it off to Irwin. Irwin will go free throw line, back to Pridemore. He'll go down on the block to England, and he scores it and one. As he'll go to the free throw line. Foul called on Titan Williams.
Yeah, Titan just got there late.
And all the momentum in this half has went to Mitchell. They've done a good job of fighting their way back into it. I don't know what they did at the half, but it's working. And England able to complete the three-point play. So 37 to 46 now, just a 9-point game here. Grayson McCoy with it, and ball tipped away from him. Out of bounds to West Washington, though, right here in front of the bench. Mason Cox and Jackson Cameron will check back in now. And McCoy and Williams will go to the bench here. So our starters back in here. We'll see what the Senators can do. They'll get it into Cameron. Jackson with it. He'll flip it over to Kenton. They've just been more physical, more aggressive here in this second half. Kenton will drive now. Gets cut off, gets it to Cameron inside to Hofler. Another bad pass and a turnover. And Mitchell takes it down. Robinson tries to score it. And a jump ball called. It'll go back to Mitchell as Robinson went up. Good defense there by Jackson, but
Jackson got his hand on top of the ball, which is what's really important there.
He turned it over, though, on the other end, and that's the thing that's been killing us. 7 turnovers now in this second half by the Senators.
Mosier comes in for Robinson.
Robinson, who went hard to the deck. Landed on his shoulder there, so they're going to take a look at that. As Mosier will inbound for the Jackets here. He'll flip it out high. It'll come in there to Irwin. Far side it goes. Pridemore. He drives, kicks it in low, and turnover there by the Jackets. And it'll go back to the Senators. They foul Mason Cox.
Mason might be faster on all 4 than he is on just 2.
England picks up his first foul tonight. Schultz will check in now for Pridemore. And the Senators inbound here. Ian Rosenbaum to throw it in. He'll get it into Kenton Chase. Tolliver on him. Kenton will bring it across. Now drives, kicks to Cameron, off to Rosenbaum, back to Cameron. He'll drive, gets cut off, spins, shoots it, can't get it to go. And the rebound pulled down by Irwin. He'll get it off to Mosier. Mosier up quickly to Schultz. Schultz will drive, put it up, can't get it to go, tipped around. And England with a hustle play gets it back. Flips it out to Mosier. Mosier with it. Now he'll kick it, or Mosier there from Tolliver. And Mosier will control it out front. Mosier off to England. England driving now on Rosenbaum. He'll spin, puts it up off the glass and scores it.
Senators have got to find somebody to get a bucket.
We got to get going here.
Just anybody get a bucket.
Yep. Down to 46-39, a 7-point game here. I think we were a little too comfortable there at the half, and we just not played very well here in this second half. Kenton Chase with it off to Cox. Cox will spin, goes in strong block, but Hofler got it back and he scores.
Going to be a 30-second timeout here by Coach Sullivan. We're going to stick with you. You know, like we said, we just needed somebody to get a bucket.
Yeah.
You know, and we're down to a 9-point lead here.
They're just way over pursuing on defense, and it's worked for them. You know, they've picked up their intensity on the defensive end, and we're just not making good passes, not driving the basket. You know, we've got to take the ball to the hole when they're over pursuing like that.
Well, and our offense, our motion offense that we run, isn't really conducive to back cuts, which is what you get with the over pursuing.
Yep.
You know, if you can get a back cut or two, then they stop doing it. But the motion offense doesn't allow for that we run at the moment. So I'm sure that's something that the coaching staff is going to look into, being able to get some of those, you know, motions with back cuts and things.
Yeah, and we got to pick it up on the defensive end too. We've kind of, you know, let them chip back in here, and you know, just down 9 here, 48-39, 5:53 to go here in the game. So they'll kick it in. Mosier will pick it up, and he'll set things up for the Jackets. He'll drive in, free throw line, kicks it to Sightsinger in the middle, and he misses it. Rebound Hofler. Lane with it, pulls it down. He'll bring it up now. Gets it off to Rosenbaum. Ian with it, back out to Kenton Chase, far side to Cox. Cox out to Cameron. Cameron off to Kenton. Kenton looking. Oh, he missed Lane inside. Gets it to Rosenbaum, now to Lane. Over to Cameron, now to Cox. Cox with it. Oh, gets it tipped away from him. Picks it up, gets it out to Rosenbaum, off to Cameron. Cameron back out to Kenton. Kenton drives now, kicks it. Cameron for the three. Can't get that one to go. Rebound, however, by Hofler as he goes in strong and gets fouled on the floor.
I'm not so sure that Lane didn't foul Mason.
Yeah, he may have. Schultz picks up his third. Team's fourth here. And Kenton Chase will inbound underneath the Senator goal here. Ball come in high to Hofler. He spins, makes an easy cut, and one.
Nice bucket there by Lane, catching high and then being able to make one dribble and go back up with it.
And that's what he's got to do. I mean, when they get it in high to him, he's got to take it in there. Called it on 23 Tolliver, his third foul, team's fifth. And Lane will go to the line, chance to complete the three-point play. He shoots it, and he hits it. So 51-39 here. Back to a 12-point lead. Mosier with it off to Schultz, over to Tolliver, back out to Mosier, now over to Irwin. Irwin cross court, Tolliver out for the three ball shot there by Mosier, and he hits it.
Cuts the lead back to 9 here.
Yep. 42-51, Senators. Hofler with it, gets it off to Cameron, now to Kenton. Chase with it out high. And there he goes. He's got a drive. Nice dish inside to Rosenbaum. He puts it up, can't get it to go. But Kenton with the board, kicks it out. Cameron with another three, up and he buries it.
You know, they're picking up Kenton full court and making somebody else bring the ball up, and I'm not so sure that we don't just give the ball to Lane and say go to work.
Yeah, you may have to. 54-42 here. Mosier with it off to Irwin, back to Mosier, now far side to Tolliver, back out to Mosier. Now inside pass to Schultz on the baseline. They left him open. He scores easily. So our defense is just not collapsing like it needs to when they get it on the baseline.
Well, and I think we got caught in between two defenses there. We were in man, and then we switched to a 2-3 there, and I think we got caught in between. And Mason was coming out to guard somebody at the three-point line, but ran right by another person. So
54-44. As 4:05 to go, Mitchell calls a timeout here to talk it over. 10-point game. Senators only scored 12 points in this half. Whereas the Jackets have outscored us 25 to 12 in this second half of play.
Yeah, the Senators just, you know, they look a lot like they did in the first period.
Yeah. Just kind of lackadaisical, not doing a real good job taking care of the ball, and we've turned it over a bunch here. So we'll get it into Kenton Chase. Kenton will bring it up quickly as he gets it across the timeline. Now stops and sets things up. Got fouled, no call, and the ball tipped out of bounds. It'll go back to West Washington. They'll inbound from the corner here as Kenton will throw it in. Gets it into Hopeful. Lane with it. Pulls it down. Gets it out to Rosenbaum. Ian with the basketball. Now flips it to Kenton. Far side to Cameron. Cameron goes baseline to Cox. Mason battling. Kicks it out to Rosenbaum. Now to Cameron. Back to Kenton Chase. He'll drive now. Goes in strong. Throws it up. Had to alter a shot. Misses it. Rebound pulled down by Mosier up to Irwin. Irwin will drive, pull up, free throw line. Got a bounce but couldn't get it to go. Got his own rebound, puts it up again. Can't get that one to go. Tip back up. Ball bent. It's like a volleyball down there.
Somebody grab it.
Finally, Jackson Cameron pulls it down, hands it off. They'll get it to Kenton Chase. 54-44, 3:17 to go. Kenton with it. Picks up his dribble, gets it off to Cox. Cox wheels around. Gets it back over to Rosenbaum. Ian with it. Gets it out to Cameron. Jackson looking, gets it off to Mason Cox. Off to Hofler. Lane will pull it down, shoot a deep three. That one just not very good, but Rosenbaum battling for the board and pulled out of there by Sitsinger. Quick pass up the floor to England. He'll go up strong and score it. England scores again here.
Lead cut to 8.
54-46. They're not going to go away, I can tell you. Kenton across the timeline. Now goes on the attack, blows by everybody and scores it. That's what he has got to do. First bucket in the second half there for Kenton.
Well, and if you look at the floor, they're spaced out. They give him room to do it.
56-46, 2:17 to go now. As Mosier will dribble out front for the Jackets. Looks to set things up, gets it to Sitsinger. He'll wheel around. Gets a baseline to England. England with it, driving, kicks it out, 3-ball up. Mosier buries it. Down to a 7-point game.
It's going to be a full timeout. We're going to step aside, have a commercial break from the Washington County Community Foundation. We'll be back in just a moment.
In 2012, the Washington County Community Foundation began working on its next big initiative, Education Matters. The goal of Education Matters is to increase the educational attainment of adults residing in our county. The initial focus has centered on adults with some college and no degree. With the assistance of scholarships and a peer mentoring program, the foundation began helping adults return to college to complete their degree or obtain a certification in 2013. Realizing that strength lies in numbers, Washington County partnered with Clark, Floyd, Harrison, and Scott counties to create Education Matters Southern Indiana. This initiative continues to build.
All right, back here after the timeout. 1:58 remaining here. Senators up by 7, 56-49, as Mitchell has really picked it up here on the defensive end. Senators not done a good job defensively on the Jackets here in the second half, and they hit the 3-ball there to cut it to 7. Senators going to have to take care of the basketball here. You know you're going to see full court pressure, and that's what we'll see coming out of the timeout. Rosenbaum will inbound for West Washington. He'll get it into Hofler. Lane with it. Gets it off to Kenton. Now they'll kind of back off. Kenton with Tolliver on him. Kenton will bring it across the timeline. Now takes off, drives the lane. Nobody picks him up. He drives it. Can't score it though. Mason Cox with the rebound. Mason loses it, and another turnover by the Senators here. Run out to the Jackets, and Ian has to foul.
Yeah, Ian gets there late.
But that's going to put Tolliver at the line, shooting free throws.
Ian Rosenbaum, their second, fifth on the line for 2 shots will be 23, Cale England.
So Tolliver will go to the line. He hadn't been up there tonight. But he hits the first.
That one looked good.
6-point game. 56-50. Jackets back at the line. Second free throw coming. And he gets them both. 56-51. And official checking the floor there for some perspiration. But they'll back it off. Full court pressure here. 1:34 to go. Senators just trying to hang on here. They get it into Cameron. Cameron back over to Rosenbaum, now to Kenton. Kenton gets trapped at half court, gets it to Rosenbaum. Ian with it. Dribbles, now hands it back to Kenton, and he's fouled out high as Tolliver picks up his 4th foul. It's only the team's 6th, so we're not shooting free throws yet. They got one more. This next one will put us in the bonus here. Rosenbaum to inbound with 1:20 to go. Pridemore will check in for Tolliver.
Substitution will be number 1, Pridemore.
Get it into Cameron. Back out to Kenton. Kenton now pulls up, gets trapped, and England fouls him. So he picks up his 2nd, and that'll be free throws. And Kenton's probably the guy we want at the line.
Right. You know, him or Lane, but they're not going to let Lane get the ball. That's going to be the problem. And Kenton's going to do a majority of the ball handling here, so that's who we're going to have at the line.
Yep, 1:14 to go. First free throws up, and it rims out. And the rebound pulled down, so Kenton misses there. 5-point game here. Mosier up quickly for the Jackets here with a minute to go. Mosier dribbles here far side, blows by the defender, shoots it, can't get it. Hopefully with a nice board as he goes up high and gets it off to Kenton. Kenton up quickly, blows past everybody, drives, kicks in the corner, gets it out to Rosenbaum. And they tip it out to Cameron. They're going to foul Jackson. And that foul will go against England. His 3rd.
Here's where we see, can the Senators knock down some free throws?
You got to hit your free throws here. We missed the last time we had the 1 in bonus there with Kenton at the line, so Jackson will step up there. Just a 5-point lead, 1-1. Nets long off the back of the rim. Man, we're struggling here. Mosier with it up quickly. He'll drive it down. Flips it far side to Pridemore. He'll drive, kick to Schultz. Schultz will wheel around, goes in the lane, throws it up, but got fouled. Mason Cox going to be guilty, and that'll put Schultz at the line. They've just been way more aggressive this second half. 2nd on Mason, team 6. 2 shots here for Schultz as he was in the act of shooting. So he'll go to the line. First one's up, and it's down. So he cuts it down to a 4-point game, 56-52. Make it a 1-possession game here if he can bang his 2nd one in. Mason Cox will go to the bench. Titan Williams back in. Schultz 2nd free throws up, and it rims in too. So 3-point game here, 56-53. 35 seconds to go here. And you know they're going to play the foul game probably if we can break this pressure. And they call a hold on England as he was hanging on to Lane Hoefler. It's about the only way Lane can get the ball to get fouled.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, he was held the whole time. So
Lane will get free throws here. Mason Cox will check back in for Williams. McCoy will come in for Cameron.
Little offense for defense here.
They'll check number 3. Irwin will come back in for England. And hopefully we'll go to the free throw line. Free throws up, and it's good. Nothing but net. That's the way you got to shoot them, Lane.
Yeah.
57-53, a 4-point game. Another free throw coming here for Hoefler. 2nd one's up, and he got it too. Back to a 5-point lead, 58-53 here, 33 seconds. And we had a baby on the floor. So that'll stop play with 31 seconds. She got her hands full down there. Got 2 youngins. Side Singer to inbound for the Jackets. He looks, gets it into Mosier. Mosier picks up his dribble, gets it off to Pridemore, back to Mosier. He'll drive the lane now, kicks, and a foul going to be called against the Senators here. Going to call that on Grayson McCoy, his first.
Push there.
That's his first.
And that will put Mosier at the line.
But that's an okay foul because at most they get 2, not 3.
Worst thing about it, it kills the clock and
yeah,
time in your favor here. But he hits the first free throw, so back to a 4-point game, 58-54. As Mosier hits the first, he'll get another one. Second one's up, and it's good. He hits them both. 58-55. Back to a one-possession game here as England comes back in for Tolliver. Rosenbaum inbound, gets it into Kenton. Chase will break it, gets it up, gets it over to Cameron, and they'll foul Jackson pretty quickly with 19 seconds, so I'll put Cameron back at the line.
Yeah, Jackson's got to step up now and knock these down just like Lane did the last time he was there.
Yep, these are some big ones. Should be 2 free throws, though. Timeout Mitchell here.
Mitchell going to take a timeout.
19 seconds to go.
He's going to take a full. Let's step aside,
Yep.
get a commercial break in here from Lynx, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Lynx Clothing and Shoes carries a wide variety of items from name brand clothing and shoes to sports apparel and sporting goods. We offer custom screen printing and embroidery, free gift wrapping, alternations, and layaway. Our hours are Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5:30, Friday 9 to 6, and Saturday 9 to 5. We are conveniently located on the north side of the Salem Square and are a family-owned and operated business. Stop by and see us today, 812-883-4154.
Here live, 19.7 seconds on the clock. One possession game here. Senators 58, Mitchell 55. In what has been a tale of 2 halves, Senators controlled it 42-19 at the half break, but it's been all Mitchell here this second half. And Jackson Cameron at the line with 2 free throws. A chance to ice this thing away if he can get them both to go here. First one's up, and it's long. Off the back of the rim, no good. He'll get another one. This one's real important if he can knock it down. If you can get this one to go, it's, put yourself in a little better position.
Yeah, we got to.
Scares me if we don't get this one to go.
Right.
Second one is up, and it bounces around, falls out. So Mitchell with an opportunity. They get it up quickly to Irwin. Back out to Mosier. He'll pull it down, gets it off to Irwin. Irwin drives, and a timeout called with 9.6 seconds. Mitchell calls another one. I'm sure they're going to try to set up something here for an open 3.
Yeah, we're going to stay with you here.
Yep.
The Senators are up 3. What do you do? I mean, I know you've got to guard them, but what do you do? You've got to.
I don't know. You never want to. You say as a coach not to foul, but I'm not so sure here that you don't.
Right.
Because if they hit a 3, it's going into overtime, and that's what they're setting up. They got to have it. So I'm not so sure you don't foul. Put them at the line. They've done a good job. They've hit all their free throws here in the second half. They've shot to 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 free throws.
Even if you do foul and they knock them both down, you're up 1, and then you still control who the ball goes into.
And then you're going to go into the foul game. When we inbound, they're going to foul, so we're going to be back at the line. But the good thing about that is they got to go the full court.
Right.
If you foul and just give them the 2 free throws, even if they hit them both, you're up 1, like you said. Then we got to inbound the ball, and they're going to foul right away because there's only 9 seconds left. So I'm not so sure. I don't foul here. Put them at the line, make them hit their free throws. We've not done a good job, but they have. Ball come in, they get it into Mosier. That's the guy they want, probably to shoot it. He'll drive, throws up a runner and got it. And all we got to do is hold it. Yeah, so that's a smart thing to do, just hold it.
Yeah, you don't have to inbound that one.
Yep, and we're going to squeak out of here with a 1 point victory after being up there at the half 23. So, that was a smart thing to do, just give them the 2. I'm surprised they didn't try to shoot the 3.
Right.
They had to have a 3 to tie it. And, Mosher hit the 2-point shot, but then we don't even have to inbound. And, there again, I foul there just to make them hit their free throws, because same way, you don't even have to inbound it. Of course, you would have to inbound with the clock stopped if they shoot free throws. That was probably a smart thing. That's why I'm up here and Coach Sullivan's down there. He said give them the 2. Can't give them a 3.
Right.
But they scored. So we'll take a break, add things up, and come back here with the final stats in this one. Senators squeak it out 58-57.
United Producers, Inc. We are the largest livestock marketing company in the world. We currently have 17 auction markets and 23 direct buying stations across Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan, Tennessee, and Illinois. Our goal is to market your livestock to maximize your dollar while implementing animal safety procedures. To find your local market, visit our website at uproducers.com or contact Ryan Batt at 812-620-0769. Again, that is 812-620-0769. Farmer owned, farmer values.
Expertise, resources, commitment. At Sullivan Financial, we offer a team approach to financial planning, offering you a broader scope of expertise than you will likely find in any one person. Clients are our main priority, which is why we work to understand your unique circumstances and ultimately create a distinctive plan that provides a roadmap for your financial journey. Located in Mitchell, Indiana, they can be reached at 812-849-2670. That's 812-849-2670.
In 2015, we launched the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. This is phase 2 of the Happily Ever After project. With the assistance of several local donors and sponsors, along with 5 years of fundraising by the Washington County Youth Foundation, we finally had enough resources to launch the service. The Dolly Parton Imagination Library is a free service that mails age-appropriate books to all required Washington County children under the age of 5. Although the faces of the leadership of the Washington County Community Foundation have changed over time, as is always the case with any healthy, thriving organization, the core values and mission remain the same. We continue to work diligently to assist our donors in creating a legacy that is meaningful to them. All of our success is directly related to the generosity of the sons and daughters of Washington County. We will continue to help our donors give back to our community through our foundation and improve the quality of life in our county.
Back here to T. Kermit Tower Gymnasium, where the Senators are victorious tonight. They do knock off the Mitchell Blue Jackets on homecoming by 1. Kind of a tale of 3 quarters versus 1 quarter. The Senators really lighted up in the second quarter of play, put up 28 points, and then the rest of the game, it's kind of a struggle, to get the bucket, to get the ball in the bucket. But the Senators do come out victorious against a PLAC conference opponent, so that's always good. Bubba, run down some stats for us.
58-57, our final score here tonight. The big tale of it was really the free throw shooting. They were 13 of 15 from the line, where the Senators 10 of 15, and most of ours were shot in the fourth quarter, as we missed four free throws in that fourth quarter, and 2 of those front ends at 1-and-1, where we had the opportunity to score it a couple times. But to run down the scoring for the Jackets, they had 2 players in double figures, both with 13. Sitsinger ends the game with 13, and Mosier had 13 as well. England finished with 9 points. Schultz had 8, 4 for Tolliver, 2 for Irwin, and that was all the scoring for. Oh, and Robinson had 8 as well, so 57 for the Jackets. For the winning Senators here tonight, they were led in scoring with Lane Hofler, who had 4 2-point field goals, 4 3-pointers in the game. He was perfect at the line, 3 of 3, 23 points for Lane. 3 players in double figures. He was joined by Kenton Chase, who had 5 field goals, 3 of 5 from the line, 13 points for Kenton. Jackson Cameron had 4 3-pointers, missed all 3 of his free throw attempts. He ended the game with 12 points. And then we had Titan Williams had 2 field goals, or 1 field goal, 2 of 2 to the line, 4 points. Rosenbaum with 2 field goals for 4 points. And McCoy hit both of his free throws for 2 points to give us 58. Like I said, 10 for 15 at the line. So we left 5 points up there, plus 2 of the front end 1-on-1s there in the fourth quarter. And, Mitchell 13 of 15 from the line. As they hit all their free throws in the second half, they knocked down. So just a good job there by the Jackets fighting back into it, They outscored us that second half. We only scored 16 points. And, they end up putting up 28 points. So, they outscored us 28-16 there to cut back into it and just lose the game by 1 point. So great effort. Tale of 2 halves, as you mentioned. The Senators won that first half big, up 42-19 at the half. We only had 4 points that third quarter, so we kind of got real lazy with our defense, and that gave Mitchell every opportunity, and they took advantage of it and had a chance to win the game. Why they shot the 2-point shot, I don't know. You got to take a 3 there, I think. I don't know if they thought maybe Irwin would get fouled when he drove to the bucket. But anyway, we just took it out of bounds and just let the clock run out. So squeak one out here. Senators go to 8-6 on the season. Our next broadcast here for boys basketball will be next Saturday night on the road as we go down to I forget who it is we're playing now. I think it's one of our sectional opponents.
Oh, hang on, let me get it up.
We take on here. I had it up here a while ago, and I didn't look there.
At Shaw.
Yeah, at Shaw. Yep. So we're on the road to Shaw Memorial next Saturday night. So we'll have that one for you on WWSR. The girls in action here tomorrow.
We'll bring that one to you live starting at noon with JV action. Just like always, lots of action going on. Wrestling has PLAC here also starting at 9 in the morning. That'll be in the front gym. Girls here in the sunken gym. If you've got some little ones, they may be playing Winter League in the back 2 gyms. So, lots of stuff going on everywhere. So get out and support Senator Nation this weekend. If you're looking for something to do, come out to the school. There's something for you to watch for sure. If not, stay at home, tune in. We'll be on IHSAA TV, so you can always find us there. Bubba, final thoughts tonight?
Well, we got to learn how to close out games. We had a big lead and just kind of went away from what got us there. Our defense went away, and give Mitchell credit. They weren't going to give up. They could have laid down, and they didn't, and we just didn't do enough to fight our way back to win like we did that first half. So, just a learning point, I'm sure, for Coach Sullivan and the Senators. But, hey, it doesn't matter how many you win by if you get the win.
Yep,
so
that's exactly right. If you get a W, that's all that matters. So
that's all the time we have here tonight. So for the Professor Craig Akers, this is Bubba Abbott. We say God bless you, and we'll send it back over to the studio.